Hello, this is Higgsy doing another video, and I'm just really sort of interested in the way technology's developed and how fast we're going to become some kind of cybertopia of, I don't know, data and sort of moving, stepping away from a biological reality into this cyber reality, and where we have augmented reality, where people use devices to enhance what they see around them. So really it's just like a cyber drug, really. Okay. Don't bubble there. You'll be alright, just always sneak down, mate. Oh yeah, get side distracted, because all sorts of stuff's kicking off in the street. So I'm just going to stick focused on the road at first. The objects are coming out, not playing in. I'm playing away, playing at home. That's it. So yeah, it's becoming a bit more technologically integrated, our society. Is this something that people want? Probably because of the convenience of technology and the things they can do that they couldn't maybe, sort of imagine. However, they've really got to cling on to their previous skills and have ability to survival skills. Otherwise, you just have a military with a load of there'll either be machines or people overweight with highly powerful weapons that they deal with situations when they could have just physically restrained someone. They'd just be shooting at them because they aren't equipped or adapt to deal with them sorts of situations of physical force. And we're seeing that with some of these videos that go viral about police officers who sort of end up squashing someone underneath them, or 5 officers jump one person. It doesn't require that much physical force. I mean, definitely that's a factor if you wanted to isolate a situation, and that you would probably use all your resources to gain maximum leverage. But it's not really required. There may be other things. People that have blooming dog on the road. Yeah, it could offenders would have chips fitted to them that could basically give out an electric shock, and they'd also keep the GPS on this person, so if they do something, and it could be for any offence, real minor ones like issue a caution, that's fine, here, have a chip, that's right. Same with, they might try with newborn babies and things like that. They can say, oh, it's a way to monitor them remotely because you have a wireless monitoring system, and you have fit a chip near the pulse of a child, or you connect it to its nervous system. But it's pretty gross. You grow up from birth, you grow with chips and things in your body, and I mean, you look at it as it is now with vaccinations. You give birth to a child. And then the child's pretty quickly vaccinated against polio and stuff like that. But is that necessary? I mean, it's a horrible disease, yeah, sure. But is it necessary nowadays to give a load of shots of vaccines and different stuff? Maybe people want to try to defend themselves with nature, you know? They want to test their immune system, they want to see how they develop. And I'm not saying that it'd be nice to sort of like take that massive risk, but it's sometimes better to have sort of thrived and survived a situation than it is to have basically never sort of try to sort of test your biology, basically. I mean, it's only one of many lives, according to my understanding, so it's not like it's completely game over. However, you'll be trapped in a life. Well, could be up to 100. Could be up to about 90 to 100 years, and yeah. So if you did take a big gamble, it might not pay off. So it's an interesting future for us, and what might come of it. So there's a lot of technology planned. I saw a video, actually it's in the town I live, and there's a somebody at Reading University, and he's volunteered himself for different operations to put gizmos in him. So he's already got the chip inside him, and he's tested that out, and now he's got something else where he can try to control robots with it. So he's planning to try to be the first cyborg, or try to, well, at least what we consider by modern terms a cyborg. In the past, just wearing glasses or having a hearing aid makes you a cyborg. So it's this cyber augmentation of one of your senses, or enhancement, or like a walking stick, a frame, wheelchairs. These are all sort of adaptations, aren't they? But they're mechanical. But we're thinking more electrical nowadays. So that's one step. But it's the other stuff that's in my mind is stuff I've been looking at, the echo technology, and that they can sort of spy into your property, and they can be set up with all these different smart devices. So people would just be, oh, turn the light on, oh, change the channel for me, oh, do this, show me this, show me that, show me. I mean, I can glimpse partially into the future. I can get a sort of idea and sort of see. I can see that basically people live in properties that don't have any windows, because they have like a plasma type TVs built into the windows, and it protects them against the pollution outside. So if they have an air conditioning system built in but have no windows, they're not exposed to different things like radiation and the 5G technology. It's acts as some kind of shielding, basically. And what people do is they say, Alexa, show me a sunny day, or in their bedroom say, Alexa, put the rain on, and then there will be rain sort of showering down as well. So yeah, so they basically people will start turning their lives into Player One, that film, and a bit sort of scary that some people might be able to afford much screens to look at, and so we'll be in concrete cells. Technically, it's like make the prison for people that they don't even realise they're in. It's already happening, because people have like these luxury flats that are they're smaller in space, and then they have all these mod cons like Alexa and plasma screens, Wi-Fi technology, and things like that. Maybe some multi-gym thing in the corner you can use to exercise, and some chin-up bar. The bed will fold out of the wall and could be turned into a couch. Probably use different fibre technology, so like memory foam, so you could you can change its firmness, but actually what you better have is you'll be using a slight current into the actual fabrics. So that's like with Batman had this thing where he could basically, the electricity could change his cloak into something that was a hard material so he could fly. In essence, it's kind of similar. They'd have a way to alter the firmness of the bed, and to different functions, like it'd warm it up and cool it down and stuff like that. But it also means that it can be turned into a sofa and do all these other sorts of things with it. So people will just be living in boxes basically, and also getting themselves geared up into eye technology, basically iPhones and everything, from a young age. So almost like it'll come with your citizenship. There'll be devices that will be checking up on you, connected to government. So it might be like, Mr. Smith, good morning, you've got an appointment to go to such and such, and if you don't turn up you can get some sort of penalty, especially if a universal credit system comes in whereby you don't get paid for your work, you get paid by government, and then government sort of, you're licensed to do a job, so you have to comply with doing the job. You're allowed some sick time, but basically you'd be probably a criminal offence if you stop going to work or you stop doing something. Because what may happen is you get a massive culture of people who've got access to different support structures and technology, but no interest in doing anything. Just like people that are on social, and they need to get them to work. So the only way to do that would be to force them into work, because they've got to have a purpose in life, and got to be purposed. And right. So they've got to have a purpose so they can be a functional part of society. So what you get at school, grades, may set you up for the rest of your life if you're registered at in a certain industry. There may be stuff whereby you might start out on your own doing a lot of stuff, and then when you can afford it, you may get some type of support droid or something. You might get something that actually will help you do tasks. So a bit like I said, you could say to it, show me. You could say, do this for me. Like say he works in a garage, jack the car up or take off the nuts on the wheel and all these sorts of things. And then if it comes across a problem, it's to say, I do not understand. Can you assist me or something? And then it will learn from these different mistakes it makes. So eventually, you get more of a machine that knows what it's doing, or can function slightly more independently. Which would be nice. And then there's other stuff like where something like Echo Showtime ends up in a sex bot. Somebody starts sleeping with it, they've got a droid and they've got this thing, it's got a flipping head with it on it, slots into the body, so you're just slotting your iPhone into something, and then you're having a sexual relationship with it, and then afterwards you pull out your iPhone out of its back and it's recharged. You got recharged off the energy you put in the kinetic forces, and then it also have the same voice, similar voice. What would you like me to do? That feels great, or something. It just speaks out quite creepy. But then it's a different thing, really. That's if people were looking for another gender, that is it. Something that's non-biological. But it's still complying under the laws of being either female or male, so it's still a structure in place. It doesn't get out of that. I saw something earlier, and it's there's two genders and multiple forms. That's really the way of the world, isn't it? It's not multiple genders and a couple of formats, because you've got the whole of the natural kingdom. So anyway, this is Peter signing off, or Pixie, or whatever you want to call me, and I'll speak to you soon.